And we're live. Welcome to another beautiful Mayple event. And today we have two special guests. They are Gordon Meagher from uSERP, which is one of the largest, I would say largest digital PR agencies. Hey guys. And yeah, we're going to talk about SEO. We're going to speak for about half an hour and then we're going to answer all of your questions. I'm going to give it a few minutes for everyone to show up. Would love it if you could write on the chat where you're from and how much do you know about SEO? Or what is the one thing that you really are struggling with in SEO and you really want to get more info about it?
And it can be anything. The one thing that I want to say here, people, is that I always get this sounds like a stupid question. There's no question too stupid. If you have it, here is the forum, ask it.
So where's everybody from? Gordon Meagher, where are you guys from? Introduce yourselves a bit.
I'm from São Paulo in Brazil.
Yeah. I'm from Ireland originally. I lived in Israel for a lot of years, 12 years, and now I'm living in Spain. So I've had quite a journey over the last couple of years.
Very cool.
Yeah. Except the weather in Madrid is not very good.
No?
No. It's very like Ireland at this time of year, which you don't think about because everyone in Ireland goes, oh, it must be great. You're living in Madrid. It must be sunny all the time. I go, no.
Really?
During winter,
didn't know that.
Yeah. During winter, it's like really cloudy and you've got days like the other morning I woke up and there must have been like 3 foot of fog in front of my window. Like I could not see out across the street.
Wow.
Ooh, like Silent Hill.
There you go.
But it's very warm, no?
Again, no. Today it's like 12 degrees.
Wow.
Yep, not so warm.
We got some comments. We got Sarah from Memphis, Tennessee. She's excited to be here. Hi, Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
We got Mark. He wants to know how to rank. That's great because we're going to be talking about how to rank the next day. You publish something, next day, top spot on Google.
Yeah. That never happens.
Christina, she's always had a team to focus on SEO, and now she's trying to learn more.
Okay, awesome. You're going to learn a lot here today.
We got Terry from Dublin.
I have to admit, that's my best friend.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We got some Israelis.
Hey,
and we got James with an existential comment. Not sure what that means, but all right.
Okay.
A lot of people from Canada. Nice.
We got Yaakov. He's downstairs. Okay. I hope you get upstairs because that's where all the action is, Yaakov. All right. Cool. So why don't we start? We got our presentation here. Where is it? It's right here. And I'll give the mic over to you guys.
Awesome. So guys, really super excited to be here tonight with Meagher. So my name is Gordon. I'm the VP of SEO Strategy at uSERP. Super happy to be, I would say, doing this with Mayple today. I think it's really cool connection because, what we do at uSERP is we try to help businesses of all sizes to reach their goals, and Mayple are also doing the same thing. And Meagher is our director of SEO. Meagher has many years of experience at top companies underneath her belt, so you're in good hands. With this, I would say, presentation today, our real goal is to give you some actionable advice on SEO and how you can take it forward. Now, there's a lot of stuff around SEO and organic marketing, and really you could go into it all day long. So we did cut out a lot of stuff in this, but we tried to give you what you need to know. So for those of you that know SEO and go, well, you missed that, probably for a reason. And with that, before we get into the slides, I kind of just want to give you a little insight to who we are as uSERP as a company. So we are a diverse team of SEO and digital PR experts, and basically through PR, link acquisition, etc., we help brands grow, and that's through, I would say, performance-driven SEO. So basically, when you work with us, we make sure that you get results. And we've worked with clients like Monday, Freshworks, and Hotjar, but also we work with a lot of very starter clients too. So don't let those big names scare you. So other than that, what we're going to cover today is what is organic marketing, why invest in blogging in 2024, blog content and lead magnets. Again, I'm going to touch on this, blog strategy steps, blog content strategy optimization. So some of the key tips, because there's a lot of stuff around this, but just if you do the basics right, then you will see, I would say some significant results in your SEO. And then we have some how to get your content out there. So this is what we're going to dive into today. There is a lot of slides. We are going to move through it pretty fast. So take notes. If there's something you don't understand, you can ask us at the end. But first, I'm going to drink some tea. I'm Irish. I speak really fast. So sometimes I catch up with myself. So what is organic marketing? So organic marketing is it's a really huge term. It's organic marketing is basically the stuff that you don't pay for to put your business out there. This is more or less organic marketing. It can be social media, SEO. It could be influencer marketing if you're not paying for it. It could be creating a YouTube channel. It's so expansive. But what we want to focus on today is really organic marketing in the realm of blogging, in the realm of content. And what this is more about is, yes, organic marketing is huge, but really organic marketing starts with content, with your blog, with what you're putting out there. So organic marketing is huge. So what I think is the best way to explain it is from our CEO here is it's meeting the customer where they are currently, with content that genuinely is what organic marketing is all about. So basically, what we're going to talk about today is how to create content that is organic marketing from, I would say, more an SEO and search side. But when we say meeting the customers, it's when you do this right, no matter what phase of, I'm trying to find out about something, I know a little bit more about something, now I'm searching for this, you should be meeting your customers. When you do that, this is what organic marketing means. It means when your customer is searching for something, when they're trying to find something, you have a piece of content there. Now, this can start with your blog. And this is what I want to talk a little bit about today. This starts with your blog. But once you have that idea for your blog, you can take that to the rest of your channels. So this is basically a lot of what we're going to touch on today. And then also more important is how blog content you can actually use to drive leads, etc. So I'm going to shut up now, and Ligia is going to take it from here.
Okay, so let's dive into why invest in blogging in 2024. And so it's important to know that blogging is a strategic move for your business. Let's kick things off with foundational aspects first. First, organic growth. So blogging opens the door to massive traffic potential, allowing you to meet your customers where they are and take advantage of their needs and their momentum as well. So by creating valuable content, good content, quality one, you can position yourself and as an authority in the eyes of Google and in the eyes of your leads as well, your customers as well. And it's important to know that organic search is a long-term play, but after you execute your content plan and reap the results up, you can reduce your PPC spend, your paid media spend, because you've already secured top positions in an organic way and less costly way as well. Another reason to invest in blogging in 2024 is brand growth. It's not just about numbers, Actually, it's about building your brand. So blogging contributes to increasing brand awareness, building trust, and establishing authority as well, as I already said. So your blog is a platform to showcase your brand expertise, which is amazing.
100%.
And this is very important and will help not only your traffic, of course, but your conversions and sales funnel as well. And speaking about conversions, blogging is a powerful tool to fuel audience engagement and building a eager subscribe base as well. So it's like the gateway to drive lead magnets opt-ins and nurture leads through the marketing funnel. So for example, if you have leads stuck in the funnel for months, blog can help them finally make a decision and convert. So you have to think this as a cycle, each stage feeding into the next for sustained growth. Next slide, please. And more than that, perfect. So more than that, it's important to bear in mind that blogging is not just a trend. Actually, it's a solid and very important strategy, and data shows that actually. So you can see there some data such as Google processes more than 8 billion searches per day and more than 2 trillion global searches per year. And this, of course, highlights the huge opportunity to be discovered through search engines, through organic search. Beyond that, 44% of individuals say they typically consume 3 to 5 pieces of content before engaging with a vendor. So your blog is a chance to be part it's your chance to be part of the decision-making process, of course. Companies with blogs produce an average of 67% more leads monthly than compared the 10 companies that don't blog. So the correlation here is pretty clear, the correlation between blogging and lead generation. The average first ranking page will also rank in top 10 for nearly 1,000 other relevant keywords. This is pretty important as well because it emphasizes the ripple effects of optimized content, good content. It's expanding your reach beyond your primary and core keyword. Moving on to 68% of online experience begin with a search engine. So your blog becomes the starting point for the majority of online journeys as well. So in conclusion, blogging is not just a choice. Actually, it's a strategic must for your organic growth, for your organic strategy, for your marketing strategy, branding building, and conversion success as well. And Gordon can give you more details about this strategy.
Awesome, Ligia. Thank you very much. So I'm going to dive in here, I would say, to some of the different ways to look at blogging. So I think that what I'm going to share here, basically, what we're going to talk about is blog content and lead magnets. And here we're going to touch on as well is like the customer journey. Now, you hear a lot about sales funnels or funnels and customer journey. So what I'm going to show today is a very simplistic idea of a sales funnel. We know today that this type of funnel might have worked in the past. It's, today's funnels are multi-touch across multiple platforms, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. It is like a wide scope of where someone might come in, to your funnel. Well, here what I want to talk about is the idea of content in a search engine funnel. So how people would search about stuff, in a search engine as opposed to TikTok. But also what I want to bring across here is that something we'll talk about later is that just because you're writing blog content now doesn't mean that you can't use that same idea, like I said at the beginning, to service other platforms. So I'm going to jump into this. So again, this is a very simplified sales funnel. It's just to get the point across. So when we look at blog content and we look at lead magnets, so a lead magnet is basically something that gets you an opt-in. It could be to your email list, to take a demo, download an ebook. Basically, a lead magnet is a proposition of value or a promise of value that you are giving to someone for free in advance for their email list, for their email address. Now, I don't care who you are. If you go email is old and dead, it's actually the best thing you can do. Email is so alive. It is like a very old friend has said that the money is in the list, and it really is in the list. Not for every type of company, but for most. So when we talk about lead magnets, this is what we're talking about: bringing people to the next journey. So top of funnel, basically, it's the how, to, why, what. So when we talk about top of funnel content, and we're going to talk about this today, is that, if I'm an email marketing company, I should have all of the basics of email marketing covered, and then I'm going to get into these others. So it's top of funnel. At this stage, customers, I might have a company. I know that I should do email marketing. I'm focused on sales. So I go, okay, what is email marketing? So this is top of the funnel. Now, why is this important? Because the more that people see you with those searches, it goes back to earlier with the stats, the more they trust you as a resource, because they go, oh, Gordon or Ligia's email marketing company. Every search I look for, they're there. So this is kind of discovery. Then you have mid-funnel. So now customers know that email marketing is good. They want to learn more about it. They're more closer to making a decision, whether it's buying a tool, use an agency. And then bottom of funnel is, customers are aware of solutions and ready to make a decision. Now, a lot of what we talk about today, not to geek out, will be around top and mid-funnel. Again, I'm going to have some tea. I'm Irish. So we will touch on bottom of funnel. So this is what I want you to think about. As we talk about blog content and the different levels of blog content, now I want to think about the type of lead magnets we can offer. And when I go into this, again, it's not a definitive list. When we go into this, just keep in mind then that what we talk about after this will be around just pure content, but you have to get this first. So then basically we invert that funnel. So at the discovery phase, though, what is how, what? I don't know much. You can have an email newsletter. Everyone, if it's good content, people will sign up. It could be to get or sign up, subscribe to our email list, and every month we'll give you our top 10 blog picks from within the industry. It could be something simple like that. It could also be like a little email course. The little email course might be further down the funnel, but it could be something like, you're interested in email marketing. Here's a little mini course which you send on email. And you can actually take your blog content, if you have it, and repurpose it into that email for the course. So at this stage, you're really just giving general ideas. But at the consideration phase, now you can be, email newsletter, always great. But you can have a mini course that's more specific. So now I'm not talking about general. So maybe I'm looking at, again, okay, now I'm looking at email marketing strategies, but now I'm looking at a specific type of strategy, how to do X. And maybe I've got content with a lead magnet that talks to that. So basically, this is how you connect your content with the lead magnets. And around here, it could be mini courses, checklists are great for both ends. Like, do you need email marketing, top of funnel? Check, yes or no score, simple doc, and you can do this to everything. And it could be a free trial or free consultation. And then you have, I would say at the end, where it's like really talk about free trials, white papers, free consultations, webinars, might even be discounts if you're an e-commerce store. So overall, when we look at content and lead magnets, it doesn't mean that you have to have millions of lead magnets. Think of one. If you've none, just do an email subscriber list. And that is the best place to start. And then as you get more data, you can move into understanding more. So that's that. We'll park it and we'll move on to, I would say, more interesting stuff that you're actually going to love. So what we're looking here at is blog content strategy phases. So basically, what I really wanted to do here, and it took me a while to kind of get the concept, what I want to do is you can be at different stages of a business. So you could be, I'm just starting out, or, I've been doing this for 2 years or 3 years. So it doesn't matter. But when we talk about blog content, there are some basics. So when we look at phase one, no matter where you are or how long you've been in business, if you don't have phase one covered, then you need to go back and do phase one. So this is building out the foundational content, the what, the how, the why, and then maybe drilling into more general tips. Again, you could have a pet website. You have talked about lots of different pets. You're talking about dogs, and then you go, how to train a puppy, general article. Then it could be how to train a puppy on a lead. So you're breaking down more specific. And then you could be touching on more middle funnel. So again, that more consideration phase. Here you might do some reviews, some comparisons, things like that. So as you move through the phases of your content, you definitely want to have phase 1 done. You could be a place where you've got, oh, I've actually got phase 2. So phase 2 is you're drilling down into more specific topics. So it's not 7 email marketing strategies. It's 7 email marketing strategies to increase open rates. It's very more specific. Someone is further down in the funnel for this. And you can also then talk about, I would say, products and features. And then phase 3. So phase 3 again is that I would say blog about it. But I see a lot of people who start on phase 3 and they haven't moved into phase 1. So phase 3 is when you've built up an audience. You've got great content out there. People know who you are. And then in phase 3, what you can do is you have the ability to go more customer-centric topics. So your sales team goes, we have, 68 customers that have this issue, and I write a post about it. I don't care whether it's not trying to rank that post to Google, but it's a great post to have. You could also evangelize. At this stage, you've got all the content filled, but now you want to put your opinion out there, and maybe it could be controversial, maybe not, and then lean more into, I would say, product feature. And this is how, no matter where you are or what type of business you have, this works. And then after that, we need to move into, I would say, the blog strategy planning phase. Any questions? Should I stop? I feel like I've been ranting for ages. Okay, we'll just keep going. So basically, this is not to scare you. The basis of any, I would say, blog strategy to support the business is that you have to understand what you're talking about. You have to understand the keywords people are searching for. Now, in SEO, we have lots of tools that we can do this, where they kind of tell you, what everyone is searching for, what each keyword is. You don't need those tools, but the idea behind this is that if I own a shoe shop, right, and I want to say, okay, and I want a blog, and I'm selling shoes, what kind of topics might I write about? It's like how to choose shoes with a suit, do black trousers and brown shoes match? There could be all of these things, but you have to think about what are the main things if someone is buying my product plus keywords. So we do use these tools, and what you want to do with these tools is understand the most important keywords that people are ranking for. Now, you could have a website that is on one topic, so maybe everything is around the same topic, same theme, but you might have a website that has multiple products, and in that way, when you look at keyword planning, you need to look at how I would say you cluster, how you build a silo of content. Leisha had great slides on this. We decided not to share them because it's basically, I think it goes a bit far, but basically when you look at your website, go, how many categories do I have? Are these categories distinct? What keywords might fall under these that people will be searching for? That's your top of funnel content. Now, if you don't have these tools, you can use Google. Google's your friend. So you can do what's called an autocomplete search in Google. So you can go, if you've got a pet shop, how to train a puppy 2, and Google will give you all of these different questions that people are asking. You could do the same here so this is autocomplete when you type into the search. And also when you look at Google, you'll see these drop-down lists. It's called people also asked. And on these, you'll see the questions that people are asking. So even if you don't have those tools and you're starting out, you can go, okay, this is what I should be covering. These are the basics. And then you have to ask yourself, do I have a lead magnet that can maybe match that? It doesn't have to be huge. It doesn't have to be whatever. But if I'm I'm a cat lover. I got a cat. So for me, it's like I'm signed up to so many newsletters about cats, and I view silly videos and read about cat health. I'm sorry, it's true. So this is basically, you can build that list with anything. And then once you do that, then you want to, again, break it into your buckets. Again, top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel. Now, this is not an exact science, but what you want to do is, when we look top of funnel, what is email marketing? How does email marketing work? Types of email marketing strategies, email marketing tips. Now, all of these have one thematic thing in common. is that the person that is searching for them knows nothing about email marketing, okay? Versus middle of funnel, how to optimize email campaigns. If I'm searching for that, it means that I'm either paying for email campaigns, I'm actually doing it, I'm in the mix. How to increase email open rates, again, further down the funnel. And then there's different, like best email companies. So I always say this to people: if you're a brand, a SaaS, whatever, or any kind of thing, you should always do best of. People always search for, best X of, best link building services, best email marketing tools. Always lean into those. And then alternatives, which is a great one, which is, alternatives to X. It could be ClickUp alternatives, or it could be brand versus brand, ClickUp versus Monday. So this is more middle of funnel, and then bottom of funnel is it's more about how you helped X brand do Y. When you start, you probably don't have this content. This will come after. But the most important thing is if you get these two covered and you get yourself a nice lead magnet that works, you're already doing very well. So this is kind of this side of it. And then after that, you want to look at things like how you can rank. You do need a tool for this. And when we work with companies, a company can come to me and go, Gordon, I really like to rank this page for this keyword. And I'm going to go, okay, great. But we see here that the pages above have a lot of more referring domains, and that does matter. Anyone that says it doesn't, it matters. Have a lot of referring domains. DR is an Ahrefs standard. Now, it can be indicative of the types of sites that are ranking, but I will say that, don't look at DR and think you can't rank there, because I've often seen, a DR 74 site with a DR 15 site underneath it. This is about content, maybe around info searches. But when you're thinking about, you've got your topic buckets here. So say you've built out, I got my top of funnel, I got my mid funnel, I got, this is what I want to do. Then you want to look at this and go, okay, these are my keywords. Put them into a tool and go, oh, wow, I see that if I want to rank for this, it's going to take this time. But it doesn't mean that you shouldn't build that content. So when we look at strategy, what you really want to do is go, I know I need to build my baseline. I might never rank for that. It's cool, but I know I still have to have it there, because the one thing with Google is that the more content you build around your niche, this is what Google wants to see, the more of an authority Google thinks you are. So even if you're never going to rank for a topic, if you need to have it on your site, write it. But the rest of your strategy, you can look at, okay, I'm looking at a search like this. I see there's articles here with only 2 or 3 referring domains. So this is how you can look at, I got a keyword, I know that there's this much volume, or I know that people are searching for it. I'm looking at a tool like Ahrefs, Sermos. I can see I have a chance to rank for that. Once you know that, now you're in the ballpark of, I would say, planning your content out. And then I think the next part of this is optimization. And then Leisha will jump in here and go through the rest of this.
Perfect. So after finalize your blog strategy plan, it's time to look at content optimization. So each piece of content, next slide, please. Here. So each piece of content should have a laser focused approach, targeting one main keyword, a core keyword, the highest search volume one, and 2 or 3 variants on secondary keywords. It's crucial for these keywords to be part of the same topic, the same universe. So for example, you have a screenshot, which is a good example there. So you have link building services, SEO link building services, and link building SEO services. So all the keywords have basically the same meaning, the same SERP intent, and are part of the same universe, the same topic. So we can target all of them in the same page, in the same content, for example. Beyond that, it's important to avoid the pitfall of focusing on more than 4 keywords simultaneously, because this can make your life harder, and complicated formatting of content, headings, and meta tags, for example. More than that, it can potentially confuse users and search engines, Google as well. Next slide, please. Okay, so another important thing to bear in mind is the
Super
SERP.
important thing. We see so many people fall down here. It's probably on your blog strategy. It's one of the most important things you do. We see so many people get this wrong. This is, I think,
Yes.
one of my favorite slides on this deck.
Yes, it's great. It's an underused strategy, but as Gordon said, very, very important. So let's take the example of the keyword data analytics platform, the one in your screen, on your screen. So the screenshots shows Google's top 10 results for this query. And you can see that Google is prioritizing listicles for this search query. And in case you don't know, listicles are articles written in a list format. So if you want to rank for this keyword, the keyword data analytics platforms, your page should be a listicle. Otherwise, your chances of ranking will be, I'd say, close to zero. So understanding and aligning your content with the SERP intent enhances your visibility and engagement and enhances your chances of achieving top positions as well. We have another example.
I think it's super important here to understand this. Like if you have a product page and you search for a keyword and you see listicles, you're not going to rank that product page. So it's better to give Google what it wants. And I think this also comes back to building that authority, that trust. And then we have another example here, and with a kind of different keyword. Ligia, take it away.
Yes, perfect. So another example is with the keyword wedding attire. So Google indicates that info guides, informational content actually, are the preferred intents for this search query. So Google is prioritizing informational content articles. So do not expect to rank with a commercial landing page, for example, or a product page for this query. So these examples are pretty important and underscore the importance of aligning your content with the search engine expectations. Moving on to on-page key elements. So now let's talk about what you should do after identifying your targeting keywords and understanding the search intent. So you should follow 4 steps, easy steps, but important ones. So first, prioritize.
And I do, wait 1 second. I do want to say something. There's a million things in SEO, but me and Ligia, we've gone back and forth. Like we were working on the slides last night, and I was like, Ligia, tell me, are these the most important things? And he's like, okay, I think these are the most important things. So this is from together. We've over 20 years of SEO experience. There's a million things in SEO that you can do right. If you just do these 4 things, we promise you, don't worry about a lot of other stuff.
Yeah, like SEO is a huge universe, but those 4 steps are like the top ones for us. So first of all, prioritize the creation of original and unique content. When you talk about SEO, content is king. Content is the most important thing. The internet is full of good content. This is true. So just having quality content is not enough anymore to rank in top positions. Your content actually, it should be original. In order to do that, we recommend leaning into your unique insights by, for example, serving your audience, your customers, tapping into client channels for specific topics. You can use, for example, metrics from your business, or even use social media platforms, Facebook and Quora, to ask questions, for example, and put the answers on your content. And beyond that, you can also engage your sales and customer service teams for valuable insights as well. With these, you can create a very unique and special content. Secondly, enhance your content with engaging visual elements. So make sure to include images, infographics, and, for example, videos in your pages, especially the informational pages. This not only increases page engagement, which is also, of course, crucial to Google, but also make your content more, I'd say, like digestible for readers scrolling through. Okay, so you can pass, please, to the next slide. First, so after creating unique and visually appealing content, you have to craft a compelling meta title and meta description. So those tags refer to text that's the text that is displayed on search engine results, on Google results, to indicate like the topic, the subject of the page. So first tip, create a good meta title and description and include your main keyword in both of them. Of course, try to include the keyword in a natural way. Second thing, make them relevant and attractive to increase the click-through rate, the CTR. So it's important to attract users to click on your search results. And we have two examples there. The first is a bad example of a title and a description tag. So you can see that it does not tell a lot about the page, the left example. It does not tell a lot of the page. It does not manage expectations, while the second example on your right hand side is better. It's very good actually, because it does not only include the main keyword, but it also has an informational approach that manages expectations, and it's very engaging as well.
Yeah, and also
so
one thing also I would say there that we do know as well that CTR has an impact on rankings. Like you can be in position 8 with less domain metrics, but like I've seen this, like I've lived it. If people, like when we talk about meta titles, we're looking at what people see in the search engines. So when you make your meta title and description that more enticing, you always want to have your keyword there. But the more that people click on your title, the more the Google thinks that actually, well, this is resonating with people, and that can actually give you a lift in the SERP and help you go above bigger competitors with better metrics. So meta titles are super important part of SEO, and we do see time and time again with, you know, you can have great content, but your meta title is not optimized for a specific keyword, and it just makes everything fall down. So it's a very, I would say, a simple thing, but I would also say an element of SEO that even so simple that we see time and time again, but people are not aware of it, and it does matter.
Yes, totally. It's a very important quick win. Internal links. So for me, this is an underused but critical and crucial actually tactic of SEO blogging strategy. So internal links are hyperlinks that point to different pages on the same website. So they guide both the search engine and users through your site's structure, your site architecture, and it facilitates the navigation between relevant pages. As you can see in the image, they help Google discover pages. So make sure to create internal links, especially for your pillar page, your pillar blogs. So you must I say like your using the keywords you want to rank as anchor text is another important thing. So when I say anchor text, I'm talking about like the clickable text in a hyperlink. And as you can see, there is an example on your screen regarding chocolate, Mochalat actually. So this internal link strategy contributes to a good and well-structured website, and it will definitely help you to rank with your keywords and achieve top positions as well.
Okay, wow. You know, I love making slides, and I always pride myself on making good slides. Actually, Terry's here in the screen somewhere talking. And I went, oh my God, we've talked so much SEO that we should have put a summary slide before the next slide. So me and Lizzie have talked a lot, lots of big words, lots of big things. So I want to break it all down, okay, before we move on. So I don't care where you are with your website, what stage it's at. One thing you need to do, you need to write the content that the basic things that people are asking for. This is the what, how, why, like no matter what it is, if you're a real estate agent or how to invest in real estate or what is you need to write that content. When you see content like that, it has massive traffic potential, but it's also very competitive. So even though you write it, you may not rank in Google with it, but you need to cover your top of funnel, your basics, because then Google goes, I see this website has everything covered from the foundational, and then it drills down. So you have to always do that. This is what makes you an authority. And the thing is with when you do that, and we had the slides at the beginning, how search lends itself to brand awareness. So basically, as a brand, and I work with, I work with companies, so as Ligia, as a brand, when someone searches for what is X, what is Y, how to do something within a niche, the more that they see your content there, the more good they go, wow, this must be a serious contender. You, with a good content plan, you can actually beat the big guys, because a lot of the biggest guys have missed this. So first and foremost, cover the basics, get all your top of funnel, then drill down into it. For those things, go to yourself, okay, what is a good lead magnet here? Always an email list. As you drill down further, maybe you've got more specific lead magnets. Well, get that content up. Now, the thing is with that content, that one piece of content can bring thousands of traffic. So this is the first thing. Every page that you write on your website, you should have a focused keyword. Make sure I want this to rank for what is X. Once you know that what that keyword is, put it into Google. Make sure that the SERP intent, you go, I'm going to do what is X and do a listicle, but you put it into Google and you go, this is an info post. Do that. And then look at the top 3 keywords that are aligned. So what is X? And now we've got your 3 keywords. Start there. Once you do that and you build more content, you want to build internal links between them. So see internal links as like highways between, roads. Okay. So basically, and what it does to Google is does 2 things. One, it allows Google spiders to crawl your site and find all your content, but it also gives signals to Google. So I've got a page about the best blue widgets, and then I've got lots of content around different types of widgets. My internal links to that page are blue widgets, best blue widgets. This is why internal links are important. So with all that aside, let's say you've written lots of great content. You're doing great. You've got everything covered. You're motoring along. Now what do you do? So I want to get on to the final part of this, and we'll talk kind of through it.
Yeah, but Gordon, before sorry to interrupt too. But before jumping on the final part, we have a question from Terry. He asked, how many internal links do you recommend in a 2,000 words post? So I'd say like the more the merrier, but I'd say like 10 to 15 is the minimum, but it will depend on your, of course, your website's size as well, but 10 to 15 is like a good number.
Yeah, I think it depends. Like internal links are important, and I do think Ligia's right. It is about the length of the content. Like you don't want your content covered in hyperlinks. But I think as long as you've got internal links that makes sense. Like you're linking to, because internal links basically are providing that extra context. So it's like I'm reading about something. I don't really understand what that is. I might right click, open it in a new tab, finish the post, then go, oh, okay, that's what this is about. Now I've got context. So I think as long as you approach internal links like that you're trying to give your readers the best way to get through your site, but also be intentional about your internal links. Go that I'm building an internal link to this page, and after, do I care what this page ranks for? No, build any internal link. Do I care what this page ranks for? Am I targeting something with this page? Now your internal links need to be optimized. Okay. So this is it, guys. We're nearly at the final part. So content visibility strategy. So I really like the intro to when we were doing this event. And it's like, there's different ways you can ignite your content. So this is like, I've built all this great content. How do I get it out there? So an old friend of mine said to me a long time ago, or not an old friend, I read it somewhere, but I've been doing this for 13 years. I'm sorry, people, my mind. But you can build a website and you can have all the great content in the world, but your website is like a store in the middle of the desert with no roads to it. So content visibility, or offsite SEO is what we call it, but I prefer to call it content visibility strategies. This is where I've got my little store, picture a cowboy and western kind of scenario, dust blowing up a sandy road, and you've got your little website, nothing there. Content visibility strategies build roads to your website. You can have all the best content in the world. If you are not getting yourself out there, then you are that little shop, that little store in the middle of the desert. So link building. So anyone that knows, we specialize in, you know, high DA, high DR link building. This is what we do, our bread and butter. So not to be controversial, a lot of people talk about go that, you know, link building doesn't work. And I don't say this because for the company I work for, because I've worked at the highest end of competitive niches, and Alicia, do links work? Yeah.
Yes.
So, and we can see here, this is a client we had. They're in a super competitive niche. This is only after like I think 3 or 4 months working with them, and you can see the differences of where they were to where they are. Here's another client, and I'm not trying to sell us. I'm just trying to show you that links work. Here's another client we had that was in an e-commerce niche, and after I think it's 8 months, you see these results. So link building is a great way to get your content out there. And what link building is, it's the fundamental of, it's what search engines are built on. Like basically Google sees a link as a vote from another site that goes, your site is good. Now I will say that it's not the only signal that Google looks at. It also looks at content. It looks at all the things we've talked about today, but it is a signal, but when it's done right. When it's done wrong, and again, you should never be buying links. You should never be doing any of these. Like, there's things you can do to increase your rankings, like buying links. Lots of people do. That's where I go, hey, will you link back to my website? Here's $100. Eventually, Google will see that. So basically, when you're doing link building, do it right. But this is one of the best way, I would say, to 10x your growth. Now, there's also other ways that you can do it. You want to be, also, when you're doing link building, this is what you need to do. You want to go to, I got a website. I go, okay, I've got X target pages or products that are important to me, defined by business codes. So you could go, my business code could be sales, it could be more traffic. You, again, ensure your target page matches the SERP intent. Then look at what we said about the competition. You go, oh, this is a new page. I looked in Ahrefs. I see that the top pages have, 2,000 referring domains. I'm probably not going to rank that, but maybe there's other keywords I can find. You want to create your anchor strategy for your links. So the links that point back to your website are matching the keywords of your page and your internal links. And then the rest is like, the types of site, DR range, types of topics. So when you get into link building, these are very important because it really, you can't just build links without a strategy behind it. Then you have social sharing. So this kind of seems obvious, but you have like, definitely want to be sharing on Facebook, but we're talking about blog content. Now, blog content is generally going to be written. So Facebook, X, Twitter, LinkedIn are perfect for sharing these types of content, but also you can repurpose your content. And by this means that if you have a good post, 10X tips to do whatever, or how to do something, and you go, right, it's taking me a week to write 4,000 words, you can actually take that, break down the headings, create a little video for Instagram. You could actually then do that. You could break that down into 5 quick tips for a YouTube video. So the content that you have on your site, the reason why you've written that makes sense. So you can repurpose it for other platforms. So this is a big one, definitely be on Facebook. But again, I will say that, not like if you're in a very visual niche, Instagram might be a better platform than other platforms. So one thing I will say with social media is don't try and be on all platforms. Be on the best platform that aligns with your niche and brand. Also, I love Quora. I don't want to go too much into this. Quora is a great platform. There's like 400 million users. Lots of people are over there asking questions, and you can actually answer those questions on Quora. And then you give an overview of your content and link to your content. Quora is huge and you can get a lot of visibility on it. So great site to use. Medium, another great site. Medium does a lot of stuff, but you can actually, the cool thing with Medium is that we're talking about syndication here, okay? So syndication is when basically I've written a post on my site. Now I'm going to publish it somewhere else. I'm going to publish the full post. So on Medium, you can actually do that, but you don't get into content duplication issues because it knows that the content was originally published here. So syndication is basically when you write something on your blog and then you basically give that post somewhere else, they republish it, but it doesn't impact your SEO, but it's a great way to get your name out there with your content. So basically, say X site has, 10,000 visitors a month. My site is 1,000. And I go, and I know that they republish content. I might reach out and go, hey, I have this great post. Would you like to republish it on your website? Because I see that you're writing about this content. And they go, yeah, this is a great piece of content. That site, they're not thinking about SEO. They're thinking about giving their audience a great piece of content. So you get two things here. One, the SEO value of writing a great piece of content. And two, you get to piggyback on someone else's, I would say, their audience to bring traffic to you. Medium is good for this, but Flipboard is also good. So I put Flipboard here. I love Flipboard. Go to flipboard.com. It's a very old school site. Here it's more like I would say Facebook or LinkedIn, but you can really curate content here. And what I like about Flipboard is that you can share your content and other people's content. And you can basically, if you're in a pet niche or email marketing, it allows you to become an authority in the space. And some niches get an awful lot of traffic. So this is one thing with syndication. And then also, if you want to find how to find websites that do it, you can use search operators like this, where you go originally published, hyphenated, email marketing. Now you'll see a list of sites that have basically, they're talking about email marketing and you know that they are syndicating content. So I hope all that makes sense. Syndication is great. Social media is great. Link building, obviously great. And we're always going to say that. And then that's it. This is all we got to talk about. Everything else is like how we can help you. Shameless plug. Link building strategy, obviously. SEO consultant, content creation. We can help you with all this. Because you're all awesome. If you're interested in working with us, you can hit us up on our website. Let us know you came from this event. You'll get a free consultation. And if you decide to work with us, 10% off plans. Shameless plug, and that's it. And thank you, Ligia. And thank you, Ben, for having us today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Amazing. That was a great presentation. I don't know why it's showing us so strangely. I do not want to be in the spotlight.
It's okay, Ben. You can be in the spotlight. I hope that wasn't too much info for everyone. I know it was a lot of stuff.
No, it was great. We have a bunch of questions. So I'm just going to display each one and I'll have you guys answer it. The biggest one now is this one. How will content marketing change with Google's SGE?
Okay. SGE, I don't think it's going to change. So what we know about SGE at the moment, they are they surface information and they are showing the links of where it came from. So they are giving attribution to the source. I think, and I really do think it goes back to our content side. I think that, again, it's very easy to say, write original content. And I know if you're starting out, you go, okay, I have no access to great data. I've no access to thing. But I can tell you now, and I don't mean referring to Terry, sorry to shame you, bro. Terry here is on the thing. He's at many businesses. He's at a company. He's also a writer. When he writes, he's able to bring that experience to his writing. These analogies, differentiated. So you could be writing the most how to do X, but you can still bring some life to it. AI can't do that. Also, you can go anecdotal evidence. I spoke with my 6 neighbors about X, or I put on my social media channel about X, or I asked in Quora. After a survey of Quora, this is what I got back. This is original data. SGE, as we move forward, Google is going to penalize AI data more and more. It's how you humanize your data, how you use original data, but you don't need a lot of money. You just need I would say not to be lazy. Just go out and ask, and you can get original content that no one else has.
Great answer. Here's another one I've been wondering. When you create a lead magnet, do you publish it on your site and make it searchable and optimize it for keywords, or do you have it gated for email capture?
Okay, I'll take this one. So basically, you have to look at what we talked about tonight. So it's not that you optimize the lead magnet. The lead magnet is aligned to the content you're writing about. So if I'm writing about, for example, I got a cat. When we got our cat, I went, what do I feed the cat? How do I clean the litter? And I'm searching all over Google for all of these things because I don't know anything about cats. And when I do that, then I got to a pet shop, online pet shop. They had great information, and then they went subscribe to our pet health email list. So it's not that you optimize the lead magnet. You have a bunch of content that lead magnet can align with, and depending on the stage of the funnel, that lead magnet could be general health tips, or it could be specific training tips, or for email marketing, it could be how to do X more specific. So you have a bunch of content in different things, and you match your lead magnets to that, and then all those pages are optimized for specific keywords. So they're going to bring you all that traffic, and then people get exposed to your lead magnet. And to get back to your last part, I don't like gating content. I think gating content is a big ask. I think it's, yes, your lead magnet should be, you need to have, give me your email for this. This is a transaction here. I'm giving you great value. You're going to give me your email. But other than that, I don't think gating content specifically go read this post and give me your email is going to work.
Right. Amazing. Really cool question from Aaron. Is guest posting still effective for SEO? And does it matter if it's in the body of the text or the bio?
Yes, of course. Yes, guest posts are a very valuable strategy for SEO. And I'd say regarding the second question, does it matter whether the backlink is in the body text or the writer's bio? I'd say it should be a contextual link. So of course, if we're talking about, for example, let's go with the cat's example. If you're talking about training a dog, let's talk about dogs.
Let's talk about dogs. You've got a dog, I've got a cat.
Yeah, I have dogs. So you should not, it's weird to have an anchor text like training a dog or dog training in the writer's bio, because the blog content, the body of the content is talking about the subject, not the writer's bio. So you should put it into the blog content, the body of the content body, because it is more natural and contextual.
Amazing. Good answer. Cool. General question about blogging. How often should we be posting blogs?
Okay. It's a good one. So I think
got to post twice a day. Just like you take your vitamins, you got to post twice a day, obviously.
Yeah, no, I think it depends on where you are as a business. So I think that as you get bigger and you get more traffic, basically the more content you put out, the better. But there does become a point where you're just writing content for the sake of writing content, which is ridiculous. So you should be trying to cover your bases. But what I can say to this is work within what you can do. So if you're busy, you're working, you're trying to build your own thing while working a job, and you go, I can do one post a week, or I can do one post every 2 weeks. That's great. It's better to do
really
one post.
One. This is important.
Yeah, a really good one. A really good one. But it's better to do one post every 2 weeks than to do one post 1 week, one post 1 week, no post for 4 weeks. So I think it's not about how often. Yes, right, if you have gaps in your content, it's more about consistency. It's more about do what you can, but make it consistent. Publish that post every Thursday at this time. Google gets used to it. And what that means then is on the bigger side, Google knows to come back and crawl your site. This is the thing. It's about Google knowing to come back and crawl your site. Goes, I'll go back there every Thursday. There's a new post there. Done. Because Google's also lazy. They want the crawler to go back and look at other stuff.
This is the next question.
Ligia, you have some techniques?
Can you name some techniques for acquiring backlinks besides making great content? Yeah, sure. So I'd say one of the easiest ones is to take a look at brand mention. So if you take a look at other websites that are mentioning you without linking to you, this is a good way to reach them out and ask for a link. And of course, Gordon, I think you can complement.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think also you can look at things like you can look at things like I'm trying to think now. It is a tough one. Brand mentions for sure. Also, a good one is say you're using tools within your business. Okay, if you're using tools, and sometimes when you start out, you're using tools that are maybe not the top of the top, but you can actually then go to the tools you're using or service. Go, hey, I'm using your service. I'll write a review on my site about you. Even if it's not related, you can talk, or even if you have a page where you go, I'll mention that I use you. A lot of these, again, the more affordable tools, they'll actually go great. And they will actually link to your site and say, X site uses our tool. That's a really good way when you're starting out. Also, other good ways, it depends on what you're doing. So if you have any business, a really good one is actually create your own images about topics, about subjects, right? Because then you get into the Google image list with a link back to that post. That's another good way you could build links. Again, the content might not be great, but you'll get the link for the images. But I will also have a caveat here. It is super hard to get anywhere without great content. It really is. It's like there are things you can do, but you will never scale it. You will never, ever scale it like this. And it's like, you have to have content, especially in today's world. Like I remember back, like I started SEO 13 years ago. It was the Wild West. You could do whatever you wanted. Like it was like crazy town, but it's just not the same today. So I would say that acquiring backlinks, besides making great content, yeah, you can do it, but you'll never scale it. Focus your energies because you'll spend more time on that than you will actually just making some good content.
For sure. A few more questions. Let's talk about AI again. When do you guys think AI will fully take over content creation?
I love this Skynet thing. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah. Like Terminator,
Okay. Again, I think this what comes down to how AIs are built at the moment. So I know there's ChatGPT-3 and we had this big explosion, and I do think that these tools can help us. I would say, again, if you're writing that one blog post a week, that's all you can do. AI can definitely help you do an outline. It can help you with some keyword research. It can really make that process of writing a post, because a lot of people would say that a good post is, more hours researching than it is writing. It's researching, writing, and then editing at the end. I think that around that stage, it can. But also, and again, I'm not a technical expert here or anything, but like ChatGPT-3, it doesn't crawl the web. So it hasn't crawled the web since 2021. Now, I think ChatGPT-4 does. But at the same time, it is only going to crawl and bring back basic information. It comes back to what we're talking about today. And the thing about it is, go to any subject, like, what is X? How does X do Y? The top three are probably, not all the times, because Google is not makes mistakes, they're probably the best posts. And then what happens is that everyone else behind them is copied off those posts. So this is where the internet is going now. So definitely that question about SGE comes back. And it comes back to even Neil Patel. I got an email today, not from Neil, I'm on his emailing list. He doesn't email me as a person. You know what I mean? It's like, but he had this really great thing about content, about humanizing content. And this is it. No matter your niche, yes, aim for that keyword. Yes, you should. Optimize it for SEO, but then think how you make it human. How do you make it unique? And it doesn't mean lots of data. It can be how you speak, antidotes you bring to it. These are different things. So Google doesn't go, blah, 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 blah.
For sure. Here's a technical question. How important is fixing the technical SEO on my website before trying to build my blogging strategy?
Ooh.
Okay, so I can take this one. Yeah, it's important, but it's not an obstacle. I'd say that you can do both. I'd recommend do not wait to fix all your technical side, all your technical problems to work on your blogging, because this can take too long, really, and it's an ongoing process. So try to do both.
Yeah, I 100% have to agree here. Like we always agree, but we definitely do see. It's like a lot of people waste so much time. Like they go, "Oh, my site. If your site is mobile optimized, great, perfect. You're already ahead." People go to me about Core Web Vitals or speed, and you go, oh, mine is thing. I go, look at all the competitors that you're competing against for this. They're all crap. So you improving it's not. And look, number one is far worse than number two. With technical SEO, it's always about, as long as you're not really, small sites, as long as you're not blocking Google from crawling your website, you've done the other basics we've talked about, just create the great content and have a good experience as you can. But generally speaking, you can do a technical audit for 10 competitors in a space, and they'll all have technical problems, and most of them will be the same.
Amazing. When you guys say technical SEO, like, what do you mean? What do you look at?
I think it's different things. So I would say when we look at technical, we're going to look at 301 redirects. Correct me when I'm wrong here, Alicia. Multiple 301 redirects, duplicate meta titles, non-index pages that should be indexed, HTTP issues. So yes. Yeah, so it's like underneath the hood of what's happening on your website. But basically, technical SEO, if you start with good content and you get that right, keyword, content, focus, journey, if you get that right, then if you're a small site, like technical SEO, like if Google can call your site, it's mobile friendly, it doesn't take 20 years for a page to load. You know what I mean? If a page loads in 2 seconds or 1 second or a second, okay, you'll probably get away with it. Google will forgive all those sins if you're doing brilliant content.
Amazing. Beautiful. I think we've answered almost every question. I love it. Thank you guys so much. We should definitely do another event and maybe dive into e-commerce SEO or maybe more advanced topics for sure. But if anybody here in the audience needs what?
We can definitely do, because I know that Ligia had the whole around clusters and silos, which is really a brilliant methodology that Ligia, if we went into it today, we'd still be talking till 11 tonight, but we'd love to come back, and if people want it, we can go into. Today was broad, but we can actually, if you get the feedback, we can go into very specific things and nail down that as well.
For sure. And if anybody needs help with SEO, you guys could use uSERP. You can use any of the other marketing agencies or experts in our community, Mayple. And if you need any other marketing services, it's really easy to find the right expert or agency to work with. And, just go on mayple.com. We will actually match you with an expert based on 50 different variables. So location or niche, actual people that are experienced with running the specific channel in your niche. So if you guys need any help, just go on our site, go on LinkedIn.
It was really cool.
Gordon Meagher, thank you so much.
Today.
Yes, super appreciate it.
It was amazing.
Thank you, Ligia. Thank Ben.
Yeah.
Enjoy, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.